Next, we are going to solve a system by graphing the system. The solution to the graph will be the point at which the two lines intersect. So let's take a look at our first graph. We know if x is 0, y is going to be -1. If y is 0, x is going to be -1/3, which is very difficult to graph. So I am going to put a different point in this equation, one that will make it a lot easier to graph. So our first point that we're going to graph is 0, -1, which is right here. And that we got by plugging 0 in for x. We get y equals -1. The next point, I want something in the end that's going to be divisible by 3. So I'm going to set y equal to 2. So if I put 2 in for y, I get 3x plus 2 equals -1. I'll subtract 2 from both sides and I get 3x equals -3, and divide both sides by 3, we get x equals -1. So that's going to be the other point that I choose. I'm going to choose -1, 2. You always want to make it easy on yourself when you're graphing these. I'm just going to put the points in for now, and I will insert my lines in a moment. Now, if we plug 0 in for x in the second equation, we're going to get y equals 0. So it goes through 0, 0. We're going to get the same solution if we plug y equal to 0. So we're going to have to put in a different number for, let's put in a number for x. Let's do x equals 1. Again, I'm just trying to choose points that make it easy on myself when it comes to graphing. We get 2 times 1 plus y equals 0. This will turn into 2, so I will subtract 2 from both sides, and I get y equals -2. So I have x equal to 1, y equal to -2 right here. So now I am going to insert a shape just because I am not very good at drawing lines online. So I'm going to connect these dots. I'm going to try to make this line as long as I can. It's not necessarily going to be perfect, but I'm going to do my best. So this goes here, and this will go here. It's pretty close. Now I'm going to insert 4 my red dots. It goes through both red dots, and I'm going to have it go all the way down, and there we go. Let me get my pen back. I'll use green since I don't have that color on here yet. So we can see that the two lines intersect right here. That makes this point the solution to the system. So the solution to our system is going to be -1, 2. And it was just by luck that I chose that point. It's not always going to be a point that you chose. It's just going to be when the lines intersect. Let's hope this next one's a little nicer to graph. So this one is in slope-intercept form, which is really nice. It's nice when you're able to graph in slope-intercept form. So we have our intercept at 0, -3, and our slope is 1/2. So go up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2, and keep going and going and going. And then I can extend this going the other direction. And there we go. So let's see what we get for our next one. So we can plug 0 in for x. If we plug 0 in for x, let's see what our y is going to be. And I'm looking at the second equation now. So we'll have 0 minus 2y equals 4. This 0 will go away. Divide both sides by a negative 2 and I get y equals negative 2. That is supposed to be a y. So we have 0, negative 2. Now if we have y equal to 0, this minus 2y is going to disappear and we get x equal to 4. So those are the 2 points that we're going to draw our second line through. So x is 0, y is negative 2, and x is 4, y is 0. Now this is an interesting solution. Why is it interesting? Because these lines are parallel. They're never going to intersect. If we were to rearrange the second equation and put it into slope-intercept form, we can show that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. I'll do it in green. So I'm moving this equation into slope-intercept form just to verify that this is a parallel line. So I'm going to subtract x from both sides. I get negative 2y equals negative x plus 4. Divide both sides by a negative 2 and I get y equals 1/2 x minus 2. We can see the slope is the same, the y-intercept is different, these lines are parallel, no solution.